Hello folks, my name is Bill Jenkins, better known to friends in the game as Bonsai Billy. Recently I've been looking at a lot of stuff on the web and lectures given by a lot of people, experienced and inexperienced. And I've been doing this stuff for years and I've attended lectures of masters myself. But the one thing that used to always irritate me at lectures was that they went in for the mystique and the Japanese and all that stuff, design, root pruning and everything else like that, instead of starting off in the simplest way possible. And where does it really all start? Well, I'll tell you folks, where bonsai really begins, as it did in the past, way back in Japan, China and Korea. The whole thing begins with a simple thing, seeds. That's the way I started. The seeds you're looking at now are the seeds of monterey cypresses. The easiest bonsai to cultivate from seed. Fast growing, easy to do. And I'll just give you an example. Now, I'm living in an apartment now. I got rid of all my trees because I didn't have room. All I have is a balcony and a small space to walk. But I still like to do the game, and I do trees and stuff and give them away to friends. The seeds you're looking at now are 2 years old, grown from seeds. And there's a funny coincidence. Talking about monterey cypresses, there are more monterey cypresses grown in the little country of Ireland that's smaller than Texas, that grow in Monterey, California itself. And those are the simplest way of starting off with a bonsai. Quite simple, follows the flow, and they're easy to grow. That's last year's, grown from seed. Now, from that, we come to this. And this is what started from seed, from there to here. 6-year-old, 5-year-old, 4-year-old, and new seedlings there coming up in the middle. And I often notice in the books, the literature, the magazines, the lectures, they all mention a forest. It's not really a forest in a sense. The true word for a group of trees this size is called a coppice. Very, very simple to do. It's growing on a slab of rock called mudstone, and the wall that I built came from an ore hip where all the old bad ore of a copper mine was scattered around on the mountains. And when it's wet, these things show like fool's gold. Now, I have to make, there are American bonsai enthusiasts, there are French bonsai enthusiasts, and there are Irish bonsai enthusiasts. Now, we cannot think like Japanese. The Japanese, in my opinion, are the past masters in the art of bonsai. You speak about aesthetics, culture, all like that, and the hereditary trees that are in Japan itself, trees, those massive trees worth $1 million, etc., etc., all came down from families. They are hereditary trees, and those were the product of the original bonsai masters. So that is by way of an introduction. Start from seed if you can. There are plenty of monterey cypress there. Pick the seeds up in the autumn or after a bad storm. Put them in a glass thing like I've done there. Simple thing. There's over 200 seeds there out of one cone. It's very simple, because when you attend lectures sometimes, there's too much mystique about bonsai. As those of you who are experienced know, and those who are beginners may not know, is there's too much mystique about this. There's all this stuff about, oh, bonsai, oh, that's bonsai, this, bonsai, that. simply means that it's only a tree in a pot, that's all, cultivated with procedures and stuff as time goes by. About 5 or 10 trees at a go. You start out with 5 or 10 trees as a beginner, buying them in a nursery. You'll only get maybe 2 or 3 trees out of that have bonsai potential. So that is just by way of a rough introduction. I'll have other aspects of bonsai to talk about, but for the beginning, I prefer to just keep it brief. And that, in a sense, is where I am at the moment. And it's strictly a fun thing. Seed to seedlings to trees, and they will be all cultivated. Oh yes, the simplest way that you get the head of the tree like that going is by simply pinching out the trees, the shoots that are going a bit wild, and that's all. Now that is exactly the idea to do that came 10 years ago when I found the first seed cones from a monterey cypress that happens to grow in a tower at a bus stop in Dublin where I live. So without overdoing it, that's as much as I can do at the moment, because I just don't have the time. So that's it for the present. Okay, and thanks for looking. It's a bit rough, I know. It's the first time I've ever done it, so you'll have to allow me some time to do a better presentation in the future. Ciao.